You already understand far more about people than you realize. The problem is not that you lack knowledge. The problem is that no one ever taught you how to recognize the signs people leave behind. Every person reveals their true nature through small details, and once you learn to notice them, the way you see the world changes forever. In this video, we'll explore 18 powerful psychological truths inspired by Nietzsche. These are not simple life tips or surface-level observations. They are deep insights into why people behave the way they do. This journey is divided into 3 parts, each building naturally on the last. Stay with me until the end, because by the time we've finished, you won't just understand other people better. You'll understand yourself in ways you never expected. From childhood, we're taught to trust words. We grow up believing that what people say reflects who they truly are. But Nietzsche challenged that idea. He believed that people rarely speak from their deepest truth. Instead, they speak from fear, survival, insecurity, and the desire to be accepted. The personality you see on the surface is often just a mask. Someone who appears endlessly kind may actually be terrified of rejection. Someone who seems confident and powerful may secretly be struggling inside while hoping no one notices their weakness. The most surprising part is that many people don't even realize they're wearing these masks. They have performed these roles for so long that the performance has become their identity. Their smiles, opinions, habits, and even the tone of their voice have been shaped by whatever once helped them survive. That's why most people aren't hiding from you, they're hiding from themselves. Nietzsche once said that every profound spirit needs a mask. He wasn't criticizing people for wearing one, he was warning us not to mistake the mask for the real person. The truth is that people constantly reveal themselves, not through their words, but through tiny moments they can't control. A sudden pause, an uncomfortable smile, avoiding eye contact, changing the subject too quickly, or laughing when nothing is funny, often reveal more than a long conversation ever could. Every person wears a mask to survive. They create versions of themselves that they believe society will accept. This doesn't always make them fake. More often it makes them afraid. But no mask is perfect. Eventually, it slips. The moments when someone becomes uncomfortable are often the moments when their real personality begins to appear. Another powerful truth is that what someone hates most in others often reveals what they're hiding within themselves. When a person constantly criticizes arrogance, they may secretly struggle with their own insecurity. When someone repeatedly accuses others of dishonesty, they may be avoiding the truth about themselves. The qualities we attack most fiercely in other people are often the very qualities we fear confronting inside ourselves. So, if you truly want to understand someone, don't only notice what they admire, pay even closer attention to what they repeatedly criticize and ask yourself why. Finally, remember that silence often reveals more than words. Nietzsche believed that silence can expose truths that language tries to hide. When someone hesitates before answering, avoids certain topics, or gives rehearsed responses to deeply personal questions, their silence is speaking for them. Sometimes what a person refuses to say tells you far more than everything they actually do say. As you begin noticing the masks people wear, the next step is learning to recognize the moments when those masks begin to crack. If you've ever seen someone's expression suddenly change during a difficult conversation, or noticed an uneasy laugh that didn't match their words, you've already witnessed it. These moments aren't random, they are clues. Nietzsche believed that the self is never completely fixed. It's a role people build to survive, and whenever that role is threatened, the hidden truth starts to leak through. Truth number 7. Most human behavior is driven by unconscious fear. Ask yourself why someone constantly over-explains, dominates every conversation, or disappears when relationships become serious. Why does someone agree when they clearly want to say no? The answer is often fear. Fear of rejection, abandonment, failure, humiliation, or losing the approval of others. Instead of asking what people want, ask what they're afraid of losing. That question will often reveal more than anything they say. Truth number 8. Constant criticism is usually a form of projection. The person who mocks emotional people may be hiding emotions they refuse to face. Someone who constantly judges another person's appearance may secretly be fighting their own insecurities. According to Nietzsche, repeated judgment usually says more about the speaker than the target. When criticism becomes a habit, it often exposes the pain someone is trying to deny within themselves. Truth number 9. False confidence often hides guilt or deep insecurity. Some people appear completely certain of themselves. They always seem composed, confident, and in control. But if you watch carefully, you'll notice the tension beneath the surface. They become defensive under pressure, over-prepare for every situation, or constantly feel the need to prove themselves. Genuine confidence doesn't need to announce itself, it exists quietly. When confidence feels exaggerated, it may be protecting a wound that has never truly healed. Truth number 10. Exaggeration reveals hidden insecurity. Listen carefully when someone says, "I never care what anyone thinks, or I'm always happy." Absolute statements often reveal the opposite of what they're trying to prove. The louder someone insists on a belief, the more likely they're trying to silence an inner doubt. Extremes rarely reflect balance. They usually expose an emotional struggle hidden beneath certainty. Truth number 11. The need to control others often comes from inner chaos. Some people obsess over every detail, struggle with unexpected change, or try to control everyone around them. This doesn't always come from strength. More often it comes from fear. When someone's inner world feels unstable, they try to control the outer world to feel safe. The tighter they hold on to control, the more fragile they may actually feel inside. Truth number 12. Constant performance often hides inner emptiness. In today's world, many people spend enormous energy creating the perfect image. Every post, every achievement, every carefully crafted moment is designed to be noticed. Nietzsche believed that people who constantly perform for attention often fear they won't be loved for who they really are. Those who truly know themselves don't need endless validation because their sense of worth doesn't depend on an audience. As you begin connecting these patterns, something remarkable happens. You stop reacting only to people's words and start noticing the deeper reasons behind their behavior. The person who interrupts may simply fear being forgotten. The one who constantly boasts may be trying to hide an invisible wound. The controlling person may simply be terrified of losing stability. Suddenly, people become easier to understand because you realize that beneath confidence, criticism, and performance, there is often fear. This isn't a skill you should use to manipulate people. It's a way to understand them with greater compassion. Once you learn to recognize the fears hiding behind behavior, you stop judging so quickly. Instead, you begin seeing the human being behind the mask. And that's where real understanding begins. In the final part, we'll go even deeper. We'll explore how childhood experiences shape adult personalities, why envy often hides admiration, and how repeating patterns quietly reveal the deepest truths about a person's soul. Those final 6 psychological truths will not only change the way you see others, they may completely change the way you see yourself. By now, you've probably started seeing people differently. You no longer judge them only by their words or first impressions. Instead, you notice the patterns behind their actions. But the deepest truths are still waiting beneath the surface. Nietzsche believed that behind every behavior lies a belief, and behind every belief lies an emotional wound. To truly understand someone, you must look beyond what they do and discover what shaped them. Truth number 13. People rarely speak from pure logic. They speak from pain. Most opinions are not built on facts alone. They are built on past experiences, disappointments, and emotional scars. Someone who claims that love doesn't exist may simply be protecting themselves from heartbreak. Someone who refuses to trust others may have learned that trust once led to betrayal. Instead of asking what a person believes, ask yourself what they have been through. Their pain often explains their perspective far better than their words ever could. Truth number 14. The way someone responds to weakness reveals their true strength. Don't judge people by how they treat those who are powerful. Watch how they treat those who cannot offer them anything in return. A person who mocks vulnerability is often hiding their own. Someone who punishes every mistake may have grown up in an environment where failure was never forgiven, but those who show kindness, patience, and understanding without expecting anything back usually possess a strength that doesn't need to prove itself. Truth number 15. The desire for constant attention often hides the fear of being forgotten. Some people always need to be noticed. Every conversation, achievement, or appearance becomes an opportunity to seek validation. It may look like confidence, but deep inside, it often comes from the fear of being invisible or unimportant. Many adults spend their lives chasing the attention they never received as children. What looks like pride is sometimes nothing more than a silent request to be seen. Truth number 16. The people someone attacks are often the people they secretly envy. It's easier to criticize success than to admit admiration. When someone constantly tears down confident, talented, or successful people, they may not truly hate them. They may simply be reminded of the version of themselves they never allowed to become reality. Envy is often hidden desire disguised as criticism. Once you recognize this, the opinions of jealous people lose much of their power. Truth number 17. People often repeat their childhood instead of living their present. A person who was ignored may grow into someone who never truly listens. Someone who had to earn love may continue chasing approval in unhealthy relationships. A child who was punished for showing emotion may become emotionally distant as an adult. Many behaviors that seem like personality are actually old survival strategies that never disappeared. Behind every adult is a child still searching for safety. Truth number 18. Repeated patterns are silent confessions. People may not always tell you what hurts them, but they reveal it through their habits. Someone who pulls away whenever relationships become serious, someone who buries themselves in work to avoid loneliness, or someone who constantly seeks approval is unknowingly revealing the places where they still carry emotional pain. If you learn to notice these repeated patterns, you'll begin understanding people long before they explain themselves. These 18 truths were never meant to help you manipulate or control others. Their real purpose is awareness. The more deeply you understand people, the less likely you are to judge them unfairly. You begin seeing fear behind anger, insecurity behind arrogance, and loneliness behind the need for attention. That understanding creates compassion, and compassion is far more powerful than criticism. Finally, remember that this journey isn't only about reading other people, it's also about reading yourself. Every pattern you recognize in someone else invites you to examine your own fears, beliefs, and emotional wounds. Real growth begins the moment you stop asking, "What's wrong with them?" and start asking, "What can I learn from this?" That is the deeper message behind Nietzsche's wisdom. The better you understand human nature, the better you understand your own. And once that happens, you don't just see the world differently, you begin to live differently.